Today I am going to discuss the most important chapter of the BA program students' first year, Unit First. In Zamam's Let Things Overflow Him. ये एक आर्टिकल है। इस आर्टिकल को कादम्बरी मुराली जी ने लिखा है and the story is whole revolves around the Inzamam ul Haq, who is the famous cricketer, and how he began his journey towards his career, for example, cricketer, and Mustafa is his close friend who is always support him in order to complete his achievements and his goals. So now we have the introduction of the Kadambari Murali. Kadambari Murali Wadi was born 19 August 1975, the former sports journalist and former editor-in-chief of Sports Illustrated India. She is the only woman to have held that post at the Hindustan Times. She is the youngest national editor of a major new outlet. In the Kadambari Murali's story, Inzamam's Let Things Overflow Overs him, published in the हिंदुस्तान टाइम्स 2004। ये जो आर्टिकल है ये 2004 में हिंदुस्तान टाइम्स न्यूज़पेपर में पब्लिश हुआ था फर्स्ट टाइम। गुलाम मुस्तफा इज द मोस्ट एंड द मेन करेक्ट protagonist who is actually a barber son but a good friend of Izamam's ul Haq, who is the son of the country's great spiritual leaders. They both used to cook rotis, omelets together and talk all night inside of sleeping. They used to reach the Moscow even before Izamam's father surprised him. Mustafa is just like his father's, becomes a barber, but Izamam goes on to become Pakistani cricket team captain and a World Cup for his country. Mustafa is proud of Inzamam's achievements, but at the same time, this has made a great difference in status, money, and distance, which I wish to think is actually contradictory. So, कादम्बरी मुराली जो है वो बॉर्न हुई थी 19 अगस्त 1975 में एंड द फॉर्मर स्पोर्ट्स जर्नलिस्ट हैं वो एंड फॉर्मर एडिटर इन द चीफ ऑफ स्पोर्ट्स इलस्ट्रेटेड इंडिया एंड शी इज द ओनली वुमन टू हैव हेल्ड दैट पोस्ट एट द सेम हिंदुस्तान टाइम. She is the youngest national editor of a major new outlet. In the Kadambari Murali stories, Hizama's Things Flow Over Him, published in the Hindustan Times 2004, Ghulam Mustafa is the main protagonist and who is actually a barber son but good friend of Hizama Zulhaq, who is the son of a country great spiritual leader. So in this way, um, Inzamams and the Mustafa both spending time together. They make rotis together and omelets together and spending lots of time at the night and whole night um they are making gossip to each other and they both used to cook rotis, omelets together and talk all night inside of sleeping. They used to reach the Moscow even before the Zaman fathers and surprised him. So in this kind of friendship is showing between the Mustafa and Nizama. So Mustafa thinks that fame has not changed Nizam's that much. Only that during the match fixing phrase Responsibility of a captain and other problems made him exert a little. According to the Mustafa, Inzamam still doesn't have anything to say about anyone. This is the best and worst thing about him, that he lets things flow over him. So Mustafa is always think that um, due to the success, due to the achievements, Inzamam's behavior has not changed everything. For example, their friendship, their relationship will be same as they have before his success. And as a captain, he has a responsibilities of a captain, like other problem made him assert little bit, like match fixing phrase and other responsibility make him assert. But um, um, about their daily routine, about their friendship, all the things will remain the same. According to the Mustafa, Zaman still doesn't have anything to say about anyone. This is the best and worst thing about him. Uh, he always think that he doesn't have anything to say about anyone. That he lets the things flow over him, and he can manage all the things very well. He can do the things and very smartly, and let the things flow over him, and he will remain the same. Um, After the success and a great achievement, he will remain the same for him. But the things will change when he achieves the goals, and when he is selected as a captain, Pakistani captain cricketer team. Things are changing, and Mustafa is also feeling that he is remaining like his father, like a barber. Mm, mm, Working at the barber shop, but Izamam is become the Pakistani captain cricketer, and he doesn't have enough time for everything. Like he always have for Mustafa before his success and achievements. So this kind of things are happening when he achieved the great achievement. In the end of the story, the time has passed and both the friends have breakfast together. Izama leaves for his practice, whereas Mustafa is used to take both Izamam's wives and sons together back home. Izamam's son's name is Itesham. Itesham, and who according to Mustafa have has wonderful dreams, for example, becoming an iconic cricketer just like his father. So, in the end of the story, we can say that time has passed and both the friends have breakfast together. And Inzamam sleeps for his practice, whereas Mustafa is used to take both Inzamam's wives and sons together back home. And किस तरह से मुस्तफ़ा जो है वो मतलब टाइम के साथ अपनी फ्रेंडशिप को एडजस्ट करते हुए एक फिर से मतलब इंजाम हम के साथ एक अच्छा टाइम स्पेंड कर रहा है. दे आर डूइंग ब्रेकफास्ट टुगेदर, एंड इंजाम जो है वो अपनी प्रैक्टिस के लिए जब जाता है तो मुस्तफ़ा उसकी वाइफ को, उसकी सन को घर वापस लेके जाते हैं. एंड इंजाम सन्स नेम इज Itesham. So this kind of name here, and who according to the Mustafa has a wonderful dream to becoming a Pakistani cricketer, and just like his father, and he is also desperate about the cricket and inspired by his father. So this kind of uh, story is here about their friendship, how long their friendships is healthy, and other things is also going on. And now, although Mustafa is one who is lighting us about the Zamam's life, but the author aim is also to gather information about Izamams and his friendship and with Mustafa. Therefore, in the term of their friendship, both Izamam and Mustafas are equally interesting. According to the story, if we can see that although Mustafa is one who is lighting us about the Izamam's life, but the author aim is also to gather information about the Izamam and his friendship with Mustafa. ठीक है? So both are the main protagonist of the story, and how the Mustafa is still trying to have time, still trying to spend some time with his friend Zamams after his great success, after a long time of his friendship, and he has his own family, his son and his wife, and now he is trying to spend his time with his friend as is he comfortable with that. As we can see that while he is going for the practice, he take care of his wife and son and dropping them back home and spending time together and all that things. And how is Mustafa is always trying to um, fetch some attention from him, like um, he want to spend some time with him as he always does um, um, before his success. So this kind of things are going on, and Mustafa is also a main character and protagonist of the story. Um, uh, Inzamam's Pakistani cricketer is also uh, um, is also a main protagonist of the story, because as we can see that how they have achieved their so how he has achieved his success despite of lots of difficulties, how he selected for the Pakistani team cricketer, and all the things is going on here. And Kadambari Murali is writing this kind of article about the Pakistani cricketer, and who is very hardworking and very desperate about his goals. That's why this article is becoming very famous, and Isama Zulak is a still um, is a very great cricketer, and how he has managed all the things and doing back lots of practice uh, for all the things. So all the things are mentioning there. So this kind of story we can see that, and in Ramam lets the things flow over him, because his behavior is like that. He is not. Um, mm, he is not want to be contradictory. He is not saying any kind of things to others players, like who is playing with him, and against his uh, other teams also, like India team and other countries and other cities teams. He is not saying anything about their players and all the things. So that's why Mustafa is saying that he lets the things flow over him, and this is the best and the worst thing about him. He has nothing to say anything about anyone. So in this kind of story we can see that how the both friends are managing mm, um, their friendship despite of lots of success of his exams and lots of practice he is doing in his daily routine. And Gulab Mustafa is the main protagonist, who is actually a barber son, but good friend of his Imam Sulak, who is the son of the great spiritual leader. So, how they manage all the things, and they used to reach the Moscow even before the Imam's father surprised him. And Mustafa is just like his father, becomes a barber, but Imam goes on to become a Pakistani cricketer team and captain and win the World Cup for his country. Mustafa is proud of his Amam achievements, but at the same time, this has made a great difference in status, money, and distance, which which is things actually contradictory. Matlab now he is also talking about the status and money, which makes a difference between them. And Mustafa becomes uncomfortable when he his Amams achieve lots of success and great achievements, and he becomes like that. He is remaining a barber son and working in the barber shop, and his Amams becomes a Pakistani captain cricketer, and he achieves a great thing. So this kind of contradictory has also happened. And Mustafa thinks that fame has changed his Amams that much only that during the match fixing phase. Mustafa actually focusing on the main things of the responsibilities of the as a Pakistani captain, like he is talking about the match fixing. He talking about the responsibility of the captain. Another problem make him assert a leader, and according to the Mustafa, Zaman still doesn't have anything to say about anyone. This is the best and the worst thing about it, and that he lets the things flow over him. In the end of the story, the time has passed and both the friends have breakfast together, and Nizaman sleeps for his practice, whereas Mustafa is used to book the Nizaman's wives and sons together. So, although Mustafa is one who is writing about the Zaman's life, but the author aim is also gathering information about Izamams and his friendship and with the Mustafa. The author is trying to take some information about their friendship also. Otherwise, the Izamams is the main protagonist of the story, and Mustafa is also a great character in the comparison of their friendship and in the comparison of their success and all that things. And therefore, in terms of their friendship, both in Zaman and Mustafa are equally interesting. So conclusion is that Mustafa thinks that fame has changed in Zaman that much only during the match fixing phase responsibility of the and other problems made him assert a little more. According to Mustafa, Zaman still doesn't have anything to say about anyone, and this is the best and the worst thing about him that he lets the things flow away. The matlab like Isama's behaviors and nature is like that. He always lets the things flow over him. He is not um, make. He is not trying to make any kind of contradictory issues. He is not saying anything about the other cricketers and all that things. So this kind of things is also managing his behavior and things flow over him. So अगर if we discuss about the questions of this chapter, so yeah, you can um, or, you can also face the question like that in Zamam's and Mustafa's friendship and their relationship, and the question is also asking about in your examination about the Zamam's success and his hard work and efforts which make him Pakistani captain, and how he becomes a Pakistani captain, um, which kind of difficulties he have to face. So this kind of question is also coming in your examination, and how the Mustafa behavior becomes change after the success of his mm, after the success of his friend in Zamams, and while Zamams coming to coming to the barber shop, and how the Mustafa's first reaction after his selection, and which kind of things they discussing between them. So the question is also asking about the um, about that, and Mustafa thinks that fame has changed Zamams that much, but only during the responsibilities of the captain and all that thing. And the question is also asked about the article is written about the Kadambari Murali, who is the great journalist, and who is the youngest editor also, and how she managed all the things, and how he is also attracted by the Islamams and Mustafa's friendship, and how she attached towards that the characters, both the characters, and which kind of difficulties Islamams have to face in their in his journey, and this kind of question will be asked in your examination. So first of all, you have to write the introduction of the Kadambari Murali, and how she is working, and how she is the only woman who have held that post at the Hindustan Times, and she is the youngest national editor of a major new outlet. Okay, and the article name is that in the Kadambari Murali stories is Damas let things flow over him, published in the Hindustan Times, and 2004, and Ghulam Mustafa is the main protagonist, who is actual a barber son but a good friend of Isama Mullis, who is the son of the country greatest spiritual leader. So this kind of introduction you have to write about their friendship, and how they spending time together, and which kind of family status they both have, and like Mustafa is the barber son, and Zamams is the great spiritual leader son, and how the Mustafa thinks about his journey, and have changed him, and which kind of difficulties he have to face as a captain, as a responsible captain, and in the end of the story, how the Mustafa is becoming normal with his friend, and now he's also managing time with two together. Okay, and conclusion is that Mustafa thinks that fame has changed everything, but the things will remain the same, and Mustafa is still spending time with his Ramam's family, and with his son, and the things are remaining the same. Success have not changed the in Zama too much, and not affecting their friendship relationship also.